welcome to the Scuba Made YouTube channel. Hey guys, welcome back, but unfortunately this video is a bit sad. I've had a thing in my intake manifold fail, and I've pulled it off and found the problem already. So what's basically happened is there's a thing in the intake called a DISA valve, and what's happened is the DISA valves, it's like a flap, and the little pin holding it in has come loose and it's gone into one of my valves. Not much I can do about that except for try and fix it, I suppose. So anyway, I'll show you a bit more and let's get into it. As you can see, I got the intake manifold off. Yeah, I had to pull a fair bit of stuff off from in there. Anyway, it wasn't too hard, but I got it off, so I'll just show you. Like, there's the intake manifold. There's the DISA valve that's broken. It's the bigger one. There's two. The little one here, it still works. The flap is so stiff you can't even move it. That means it's still good. This one, obviously, that comes right out of there. This was just floating around in here, making a noise. When I put it off, I shook it, and this was just like moving around. And that's a problem, because basically I was like, where's the pin holding it in? I had a misfire. That was the whole reason for pulling this apart, because I had a random misfire and I didn't know what was going on with it. So I pulled the intake manifold off, and when I found that, I was like, oh no. So number 6 there has the misfire, and I'll show you why. I'll try and get this the best I can. So anyway, we look in here. I'm pretty happy with how clean this is, because the engine's done like 160 odd thousand kilometers, so over 100,000 miles. But anyway, let me just get a good look in there. We might try and zoom in a bit and focus. You can see I found the pin that's holding the valve open, which is very bad. What else can we see in there? You can see the valve's open a little bit, and there's a pin stuck in it. There's the other one, nice and closed up. So anyway, let's try and get that out. Alright, so I've got this thing for a bit of light. It's just one of those little starter things, like it can jump start your car, but it should supply me light for a while. And I've also got this little thing, which is like a light in the end of a magnet, so I can actually put that in the hole and see what's actually going on in there a little bit. And then yeah, I guess I'll get my screwdriver in there and try and pry it out, and then yeah, we'll see what we can do. And I'll also be using this thing, which it just grabs stuff like this, so hopefully it'll grab it and do that. That kind of hurts. All right, so okay, so it looks like a piece of it has snapped off in there, so I'm gonna just try and grab it with this thing, if I can. Okay, I think that's got it. Okay, oh, there it is. Okay, alrighty. Well, it broke off in there, unfortunately. So that's only half of it, but yeah, you can see what's in there. And yeah, anyway, that's half. The bit in the valve is still in there, so we'll have to keep trying to get that out. I just want to point out, to get the valve to get that valve open, because of the way this head is and the cams are, just spinning the crank around doesn't open the valves. You actually have to come over here to this little thing and take the plug out and then stick an Allen key in there and then wind it all the way open, like a thread will spin around in here until it opens the valves, and then you crank this until you get number 6 to open. And I've done that now. So okay, what I'm thinking for the last bit, because this in there, so it's a bit shaky, because that little bit's still stuck in there, I'm actually thinking I got the vacuum cleaner out here, and I've already got it. It's actually got a pretty good seal on that spark plug hole. And here we go. If I turn it on, I don't know if you can still hear me that well, but that's sucking really hard from here. So if I get my screwdriver in there and just push that last little bit in, it hopefully will suck out. It's very risky, but I'm having no luck pulling it back out, so I think that's what I'm going to try next. So I might need a bit of luck on my side for this, but I think I'm going to push that bit through and hope I can suck it out. Should work. I've got the vacuum completely empty, so if a bit goes in there, I'll be able to see it. But I'm a little nervous about doing this, to be honest. So anyway, well, I guess let's do it. Yes, I found my piece of plastic. That's what it was. I guess it got crushed, so I don't actually know what the whole damage is yet. Oh, sweet. That's like this. It's not that under pressure. Well, let's hope that got all that out, and let's see if it works. I did a quick compression test in there too, and it seemed to actually be getting compression, which is good, but I'm a little concerned because it didn't look like the valve was opening, so I don't know if I'm fully finished here yet, but I'm probably gonna put the inlet manifold back on and put it back together and I guess see if it runs. So yeah, I think I got that piece out, but not. I got a bunch of shards, so it obviously got a bit crushed in there, but I think that's okay. Anyway, it's a bit worrying. Let's see if I can get this inlet manifold back on. Okay, it looks like it's all back together now. It's dark now, but anyway, fingers crossed that it's fixed, but I just have to try and start it and see if it works properly again. It might throw a couple of codes, but anyway, wish me luck. Okay, let's give it a go. it started and has a tick to it still, so maybe it's a noisy lifter or something. So I might have to try and take it for a quick drive and see if it wants to work. Well, I'm taking it for a drive. I waited till daylight, obviously. I figured it'd be warmer during the day and I could actually film better because there's natural light. But anyway, the engine light's on. It's got a misfire on number 6. So yeah, I'm just driving it to see if it'll clear up, and if it clears up, it'd be awesome. If it doesn't, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll have to pull it apart and hopefully fix it. But anyway, I'll keep trying. I'll end the video there. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, but I think what as you can hear, it's still ticking away pretty heavily, so I'll just turn it off. Yeah, basically next I think I'll try to probably change the oil and put some like lifter free up stuff in it, and then order a new DISA valve, obviously replace that, so I'll put that in the next video. And fingers crossed I can get this thing fixed. I'm sure I can get it fixed. It's just a matter of how much work it's going to be. Hopefully not so much work as opposed to a lot of work. But anyway, yeah, it's a bit of disappointment with the car. But anyway, these things happen, and yeah, I guess stay tuned for the next one. And yeah, if you like, subscribe and leave a message, or you know, whatever, comment and all that. Sorry, I'm still pretty upset about what's happened with my car, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.